Friends, has social media become a space to police celebrities? No. Huh? Well, E-Talk's Chloe Wild sat down with Ed Sheeran in New York for a Canadian exclusive interview, and Ed spoke about his experiences as a celebrity on social media. Take a look.
Yeah, I think it's about finding the fun in it again, because you just get so worried about saying the wrong thing or posting the wrong thing, and I just overthought it and was just like, well, actually, if I just stop, or everything that I put out is just really bland and vanilla so it can't offend anyone. Like, I used to love being on Twitter and just say whatever the came to mind, but like, the bigger you get, the kind of more you've got a target on your back and people are looking for that one thing.
Okay, what do we think about his statement?
Well, I like what he said about sort of overthinking Twitter. I don't know about you guys, but I have certainly found myself doing that more and more. I've just become like a voyeur. I open Twitter and just like, oh my God, who's mad at who? And what's trending and look. But the idea of tweeting, for me, I think it's because I'm a people pleaser. Maybe Ed is as well. I'm working on it. But it's also because, like, if you've had your name in a hashtag trend the wrong way, you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to step back into that. You want to sort of take a time out. But I also wonder if it's slightly exaggerated, the reaction. Because if you think about it, how many young people do you know who use Twitter? I don't know personally that many young people. And on the scale of like the most popular social media platforms, I think it's 5th or 6th. It's not as big as we think. But what happens is when it feels like, you know, the whole world's mad at a celebrity, it's often, you know, maybe it's 1,000 people who are tweeting at that celebrity. And what happens is, because news outlets, media outlets, it's a 24-hour cycle now, they need something to write about, they pick it up, they write about it, they post it, other people report on that, and it becomes this exaggerated, if not partly manufactured outrage, I think. And so I wonder if Ed needs to just sort of, well, it's preaching to the choir, I certainly wouldn't, but I kind of
relax a little.
That's what I think.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's very interesting because I think we've gone, well, I'm aging myself. I've gone through a time where there was no social media and I had no idea what my neighbor or my favorite pop star thought. And now we've come to this time where I know more and almost too much about what my neighbor's doing and what my pop star's doing. And we've also in this time seen a lot of people, regular and celebrities, voice their opinion about something or an event, and they lose a lot.
They get canceled.
They get, not even just endorsements, money, fans. It can change the game. We've seen people get on flights with a job and get off a flight and not have a job. So I understand his nervousness. And, you know, in a time where it's kind of great because you think about, remember the situation that happened with LeBron and they were like, just shut up and dribble? And he was like, no, I'm going to use my platform to talk about these issues. That's great. But I think if you're a celebrity and you don't want to do that and you just want to get up on a stage and sing your song and then go home and deal with your family and friends, it's a tough time because there is a pressure to say something when something happens. But at the same time, I'm sure he's grappling. Do I say something and get canceled? Or if I don't say something, my fans are going to be like, how come you're not saying anything? And I just think it's probably just a tough place for him to be to figure out what's the right thing to do.
It's also a tough time, I agree. It's also a tough time, though, in the business because social media is essential to their careers.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if you know now, but if you're a casting agent and you have 2 young actors auditioning for the same role, and both actors kill it, so their lines are good, everybody and you know, they have the look that's required for the role, they have the experience that's required for the role. They now go to how many followers that person has.
It's just horrible.
So it's not just in acting, it's also in pop stars, it's also in new musicians. So this is the thing that Ed Sheeran too, he's 32. So he has been raised in a social media environment. So in those formative years of their career and in life, they have been on social media. How do you quit that? Like, it is, we're a little bit older.
Just a skosh.
Yes, exactly.
Just a skosh.
Speak for yourself. We've had a lot of life experience without this, right? There are people coming up now who are very famous, the Olivia Rodrigos, right? You know, all of these big, big stars, they were formed in this time. So I get it. It's easy for us olds to be like, just don't read the comments and like, just ignore it. How can they? This is
When you're
in
trending.
their DNA.
Unless you get too big. I'm shocked a little bit because there's certain celebrities that get to a stratosphere where I almost think like, you don't have to engage with the people in the comment section anymore. Take a page out of Beyonce's book.
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't
She
say
doesn't
anything.
even caption. And I'm like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's so bad, it's good. Like, she doesn't even feel the need to write a caption, let alone engage. Remember when Nicki Minaj got into it and she was always fighting with people on Twitter? And I remember watching that saying, that's beneath you, Nicki. Like, you are a superstar.
Yeah.
Why do you even care? So I think there is a way for them to engage with fans, keep them in the know, but also keep things at an arm's length, So find your way. We want to see you back, Ed. We want to see you back.
I have to say too, though, I mean, Ed said a lot of funny, interesting things, insightful things in this interview. It's part of E-Talk's series. It's Ed Sheeran Week, so every day this week we'll be like airing a segment from that interview leading up to the release of his new album on Friday. It's called Subtract. Anyway, so stay tuned this week because he at one point talks to Chloe about his encounter with Snoop Dogg, who is known as a rapper, but I think you all know that Snoop Dogg is known for another thing.
I was like, I wonder what they did.
And so just stay tuned for that story.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more discussion and debates on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.